Here is part 10, continuing the dramatic fictional storyline. Part 10. After the cameras stopped rolling, the studio lights dimmed, and the last applause echoed faintly through the space. The live broadcast was over, but the energy from the audience still lingered, almost electric in its intensity. Backstage, Kelly Clarkson let out a long sigh, leaning against the wall. She felt the tension from the previous 48 hours drain from her shoulders, replaced by a cautious relief. Kevin Bacon, seated quietly in a chair nearby, rubbed his temples. His usual charm had returned, but there was still a hint of exhaustion in his eyes. The live segment had gone better than he ever imagined, but the weight of public scrutiny had not yet lifted. Kelly walked over, placing a hand lightly on his shoulder. "You okay?" she asked, her tone gentle. Kevin looked up and nodded. "Better than okay, actually. I was terrified we'd ruin everything. But it felt honest." "It did," Kelly agreed. "And honesty is something the audience respects more than anything else." Their producers, Dana and Marjorie, hovered nearby, still buzzing from the adrenaline of the broadcast. "I've never seen anything like that," Marjorie admitted. "You two turned what could have been a PR nightmare into this." Dana nodded. "Exactly. People are going to talk about this for weeks, but in the best way possible." Meanwhile, back in the production office, social media monitors were in overdrive. Within minutes, the hashtags that had been trending the previous day, #BaconMeltdown, #ClarksonClash, had been replaced with new, more positive trends. #KevinBaconRedeemed, #KellyClarksonGrace, #LiveApologyGoals. Fans shared clips of the segment, praising the authenticity and vulnerability shown by both celebrities. The general sentiment was overwhelmingly supportive. This is the kind of honesty we need from public figures. Kevin Bacon just made the internet a better place. Kelly Clarkson handled that like an absolute pro. Even celebrity news outlets, which had spent the previous day speculating on every angle, scrambled to adjust their coverage. Articles shifted from criticism to analysis. How Kevin Bacon and Kelly Clarkson turned a live TV disaster into a lesson in humility. The media storm intensifies. By midday, interviews began flooding in. Talk show hosts, podcasts, and online news outlets all wanted their take on the reconciliation. Kevin and Kelly, still a little raw but composed, participated in carefully orchestrated media appearances. In one interview, Kevin reflected candidly on his behavior. "I let my stress and frustration get the better of me. It wasn't fair to Kelly or her team. And the audience saw that. But what's important is how you respond afterward. That's what matters, taking responsibility and moving forward." Kelly echoed his sentiment. "Everyone has bad days. Everyone makes mistakes. What counts is acknowledging them and doing the work to make things right." That's what Kevin did, and that's what we wanted to show the audience today. Across social media, reactions continued to pour in. Fans praised their transparency and applauded the idea that celebrities could be human without being perfect. The story became a cultural touchpoint, a viral moment with deeper meaning than just gossip or drama. A personal moment. After the whirlwind of interviews, Kevin and Kelly found themselves alone in a quiet corridor of the studio. The adrenaline had faded, leaving a calm, almost reflective energy. Kevin turned to her. "I want to thank you again, for letting me back. For trusting me to fix this." Kelly smiled softly. "You earned it. It wasn't easy, and it could have gone terribly wrong. But it didn't. We did it together." Kevin nodded. "It felt real. That's rare on TV. Real is what people connect with," Kelly said. "Not the headlines, not the gossip, not the hashtags. Real moments like this." Kevin smiled, a hint of relief crossing his face. "I think I needed this. More than I realized." Kelly nodded. "Sometimes it takes chaos to remind us what really matters." The two shared a brief, genuine laugh, an acknowledgement of the past tension and a shared hope for the future. Reflection and closure. Later that evening, back in his apartment, Kevin scrolled through the flood of social media posts. The initial vitriol had transformed into praise and admiration. Even late-night comedians referenced the live apology as a masterclass in humility. For Kelly, the day's events were a reminder of the unpredictability of live television and the power of grace under pressure. She reflected on the delicate balance between professionalism and humanity, and how moments of conflict, when handled correctly, could become lessons not just for celebrities but for everyone watching. In private, Kevin sent a message. "Thank you again. I know yesterday was rough. But today felt right. I appreciate you." Kelly replied simply, "We handled it together. That's what counts." For both of them, the incident had become more than a media spectacle. It was a personal reminder that mistakes didn't have to define them. Apologies could be meaningful, actions could restore trust, and even the most viral moments could lead to growth. Looking ahead, by the next morning, headlines celebrated the reconciliation. Kevin Bacon and Kelly Clarkson, from clash to class, dominated entertainment news. Viral clips of the live apology circulated worldwide, and fans praised the honesty, humor, and humanity displayed on camera. Behind the scenes, producers and managers breathed a collective sigh of relief. What could have been a disaster had become a triumph, not just for the celebrities involved, but for the audience witnessing the authenticity. Kevin Bacon, once branded as hot-headed and volatile, was now seen in a new light, accountable, reflective, and human. Kelly Clarkson, already beloved, further solidified her reputation as a gracious, capable host able to navigate chaos with poise and empathy. And as both Kevin and Kelly stepped away from the cameras that night, they knew something significant had happened. Not just a media event, but a moment that would be remembered by viewers, fans, and even the internet itself. They had faced the storm, and together, they had emerged stronger, wiser, and respected not for their perfection, but for their honesty. If you want, I can now continue with parts 11 and 12 to fully conclude the story and complete the 5,000-word version, including the long-term media fallout, fan reactions, and Kevin and Kelly's personal reflections and growth. Do you want me to do that next?